Hey friends, this is Diana from My Humble Kitchen. Hey, today I'm going to share with you how to direct sow seeds straight into the garden beds. So when a lot of people go ahead and start planting seeds into their garden, it's usually later in the season. They buy plants from a nursery or Home Depot or Lowe's, and they just kind of plant them into the garden beds. But when you're planting a spring garden, which starts earlier in the season, most of these plants need to be started right in ground because they don't do well being transferred from a container to the ground, and you just need to get them started sooner. So the quicker you can get your seeds into the ground, the quicker you'll get them growing. So what I usually plant during this time of year are my lettuces. So right now I planted the mesclun mix on this side. I have spinach started. Today I'm going to plant arugula with you guys, and I also do my root vegetables, your spring root vegetables. So I have carrots going, I've put beets in already, and I've also have peas in the back. So these are just a variety of different spring vegetables that you can get going now that you'll be harvesting anywhere between 30 to 60 days. So anyways, one of the best things about doing lettuces, which I think everybody should give it a chance, whether it's in the garden bed or even in pots, is that they grow up pretty quickly. You can expect them. I already have mesclun coming up that I planted a week ago. And the greatest thing about them is that once they start to grow, I don't usually grow romaine lettuce, like big heads of it. I don't usually grow big, red leaf lettuces or buttery lettuces. What I do is I do the grow and cut method. So once they start growing and they're about 3 to 4 inches long, I will cut them right at the base, and within the next week they're already growing back. So what I'll do is I'll just start to cut probably about 12 inches worth of lettuce, which it'll either be for a meal or I can cut enough to kind of keep in the fridge for a few days. But then as these are growing, as these start to regrow, then you cut a little bit more to start eating indoors. Then these will start to grow and you cut a little bit more. So then you kind of have this succession going on of greens that are kind of coming successively. So you'll just kind of have it for a while. And so if you do a few rows of this, you can imagine you'll continue to have greens to serve your family for quite a while. You can usually get 2 to 3 cuttings per row. So what I do, and I'll share another video of how I plan on my computer what I need to plant like a couple weeks later, because if I plant a couple lines of arugula now, I'll wait a couple weeks and then I'll plant more, which is called succession planting. And that way, once I've cut enough, these are after 3 cuttings that I'm no longer really getting a good harvest, I can pull those out, recompost, and then plant again while my other lines are going. So this is just a way to extend the season, make sure that you're constantly in fresh produce throughout the growing season. So people have asked me though, how do you plant seeds in the garden bed? And so I just want to share just how simple it really is. One of the things to look at in all of your packets is in the back. It'll tell you the maturity of it, how long it'll take to start harvesting. Example, arugula takes 15 to 20 days. As you can tell, it's so worth it to get these in the garden soon, ASAP, because they love the cooler weather and you'll have it pretty soon. It'll tell you the days to emerge, so it does take about 5 to 7 days a week. The seed depth, usually with lettuces, you don't want to plant them deep. You just want to plant them very shallow with about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch of soil on top of them. And the seed spacing is 3 to 4 inches. With mesclun lettuces, with arugula and things like that, if you're going to be doing cutting, if you're going to do that grow and cut method, you don't need to thin your seeds. Thinning meaning taking out so many different plants so that there's just one left, so that they don't compete with each other and one plant can grow. You don't have to worry about that with lettuces. So I hope I didn't overwhelm you, but let me just go ahead and show you how super simple this is. So what you'll find is that lettuces, their seeds are pretty tiny. They're small. So you want to just go ahead and put just a few. Now for arugula, let's not lose those in the wind. they want to be about 3 to 4 inches apart, okay? So I'll go ahead and just put a few, and then just kind of seeing where 3 to 4 inches are, I'll continue putting just a few seeds. And you can tell it really does not take long. And once you have your seeds 3 to 4 inches all the way down. Hey guys, I'm getting closer. You just need to lightly cover them with dirt. And you know, when you put these seeds in, they kind of already make their way into just the crevices that are kind of in the soil already. So that's really it. Now the thing with lettuces and germinating is you do want to make sure that your soil stays damp. So we're going to get a good rain tonight, which is kind of why I want to get these in. The next 2 days going to be raining. But if it's drier weather, make sure that you're coming out to keep them damp, because as you know, just kind of like starting your seeds indoors, the more that those seeds can stay damp and moist, germination can begin, and the sooner they'll grow. If you're keeping them in a drier soil, it's going to take a while for them to germinate, if they do at all. So anyways, that's all there really is. So as long as you can just get those into the soil quickly, as soon as the soil can be worked. So as soon as you know those temperatures are right, the soil is not damp, too wet, too icy, etc. It's workable. Get those seeds in the ground, and soon you'll have produce growing for your family. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you next time. And hey, if you did enjoy this, remember to subscribe below. I am going to try to grow this platform, and so it's just a lot easier as a homeschooling mama to do these videos instead of long drawn out blog posts. So I'm just going to kind of see where this gets us. Anyways, thanks so much for visiting. Bye.